A matchday nutrition plan has been proven to improve your performance by over 20%. And in this video, I'm going to walk through the football power diet matchday nutrition plan that a lot of the pros are using. And now you can use it also in your matchday strategy. And make sure you watch till the end, because I'm going to share a secret formula that's going to give you an edge on game day that a lot of the pros have started to use. Now, in thinking about football nutrition, different days have different objectives. And in 1970s, these Danish researchers took a sample from the muscle of footballers at the 70-minute mark. And what they found was that their carb petrol tanks were empty. So here are the 3 rules to follow on match day. Number 1, make sure your carb petrol tanks are full by eating anywhere from 6 to 8 grams of carbs per kilogram. Number 2, make sure they're from whole food sources and they are low in fat and also low in fiber for easy digestion. And number 3, make sure these meals are 3 to 4 hours apart so then your body can digest the food properly. Now let's head over to the kitchen and I'm going to show you how I prepare my matchday meals and how you can also. Alright guys, here we go. Meal 1, breakfast, the most important meal of the day on match day, because before we used to focus on getting the pre-match meal, probably the largest meal, but what we worked out is if you stack the larger meals earlier on the day, it gives us the body more time to digest the food. And our go-to option is, in Croatia it's called riž, but it's white rice semolina, I believe in English. And we combine that with some protein, some raw honey, and a banana, and it's literally like a dessert. It's ridiculously good. The reason why we like this white rice semolina is that essentially cooked white rice and then ground it into a fine consistency. It's very high in carbs and has low anti-nutrient and pretty much no gluten in it at all. So here we go. All you have to do is put about 2 cups of water inside of a pan like this. It's similar to making oats. And then all I want to do is get 4 tablespoons of this. As you can see, it's just so smooth. And then just keep stirring it. Stir it until it gets like almost like a custard-like consistency. As you can see, look at this. Beautiful. Now we're going to get a scoop of chocolate protein. I'm using football supplements. Some weird reason. Throw it in there. Throw it in there while it's still warm. It's going to allow it to dissolve. So remember, the reason we choose this over oats has phytic acid, has gluten. All this will actually, irritate the gut, affect digestion, and the phytic acid, as we know, binds to minerals and steals minerals from our body, which we need as a footballer. And white rice semolina does none of that. Now, to serve, as you can see, it probably took me 2 to 3 minutes. And then just put it out. Look at this. Honestly, it's like a chocolate pudding. The carbohydrates in white rice semolina, it's about 70 to 80%. So you have 100 grams white rice semolina will give you about 80 grams of carbs. And then it's up to you, maybe a full banana or half a banana. The idea for the breakfast, you want to be able to try to get in about 120 to 150 grams of carbs. So with this banana, I've got 80 grams from the semolina. Now, if the banana is about another 20 grams of carbs. And now, a tablespoon of honey, and this is another 20 grams of carbs. And just drizzle it all in there. Now, if you want to add some frozen berries as well, and that, my friends, is the perfect match day breakfast. 120 grams of carbs, about 20-30 grams of protein, maybe 5-10 grams of fat. And this is the perfect meal to start your match day performance. And bomb. This is ridiculous. Now onto meal 2, and this should be about 2 to 3 hours after your first meal or your breakfast. And what I've gone through, the full power diet approved foods list, I've chosen my piece of protein, which is chicken breast. I made sure to cut off all the fat because I don't want fat on game day, as it's going to slow down digestion. And then I'm going to accompany it with some root vegetables, which I've already prepared earlier, some potatoes and sweet potatoes. All I did literally is I threw in the oven, 200 degrees, and cooked it for about 20 minutes. So when cooking the chicken breast, we want to use an oil, once again, from the approved foods list, olive oil or butter. And once again, on match day, we don't want to overdo it. Just a tiny little bit that we actually need to cook the chicken. And I think you can see a pattern here. I'm really going for a simplicity in terms of the diet. Simple, nutrient-dense food is going to allow your body to produce more power. And allow your body also to digest the vitamins and minerals in a quick fashion without those nutrients inside. Also, remember, when getting olive oil, be careful when you go to the supermarket, because a lot of olive oils these days are cut with seed oils. Your best bet is going to like a farmer's market or getting an organic option. But be careful to read the label, because sometimes they are deceiving you by putting half seed oils because it's cheaper and half olive oil. Alright, so this chicken's almost done. Alright, so there you have it. Simple, effective, and beautiful. A nice piece of chicken breast in combination with some root vegetables, some potatoes and sweet potatoes, which I roasted, which took me about 20 minutes. Grilling this took me, or frying this took me about 10 minutes. And accompanied with a glass of orange juice for some more carbs, because we want to get about 100 grams of carbs in that second meal. As you probably see now, The first meal is about 120, this is 100, and now the next meal, our pre-match meal, we're probably going to get to about 80 grams of carbs. As we're slowly tapering it down to allow for proper digestion before we place, we want to feel nice and light. All right, so now our pre-match meal number 3. As you can see, I've got a piece of sea bass. This is what we recommend the most because it's just so light in the stomach and it's rich of vitamins and minerals. I'm cooking it in ghee butter instead of olive oil for this meal, and I want to use just a tiny bit, just so, I guess, the pan doesn't stick to the fish or the fish doesn't stick to the pan. Once again, we want to minimize the fat content on match day. And I'm going to combine it with some white rice. I've cooked it in a pressure cooker here. You've seen one of them before. But essentially, you can like batch cook rice for 2-3 days within them, and it cooks, the rice very quickly and effectively, about 20 minutes. So here we go. Literally, I'm just going to throw this nice piece of fish into the pan. And if you don't like fish, you can go for another lean piece of meat. Some people find it hard eating the red meat before the games. I personally don't. But if you want to go for another piece of chicken breast, if you don't like the fish, it's also great. And you can see, look how beautifully crispy the skin is. Alright, so the fish is finished now. So that's beautiful. And now for the rice. And there you have it. Not pretty, but it's effective. Pre-match meal, fish, rice, and once again, glass of orange juice. Simple, beautiful, and effective. It's light on the stomach. It's going to give you a lot of energy as a pre-match meal. Got some orange juice there to round it off in terms of getting the carbohydrates in, as we know how important that is to make sure that performance does not suffer on match day. And now the next phase is I'm going to tell you what to do when you get to the game. And this is also an extreme part of the process, so make sure you listen up. So you just got to the ground and you're getting ready for your warm-up. This is where you take a pre-game supplement. So for some of you, it might be a coffee, others might be an energy gel. But what we recommend is taking something that's been specifically designed for football, like kickoff here. And only in a powdered form, you can include ingredients like L-citrulline, which is kind of like caffeine for your muscles, that actually delays your fatigue and makes you run longer. And also includes ingredients like cognizin, which is proven to deliver more brain energy and increase your focus for the full 90 minutes. It also has caffeine and B vitamins for energy. Choose your preference, try out everything and see what works for you and what's best for you on match day. So you just finished your warm-up and your bats are on the pitch. This is where you take an energy gel like extra time. All the biggest players and teams in the world are using energy gels, and here's why. Because in an energy gel, there's 3 different types of carbs, which allows for super fast absorption and digestion. And on top of that, as you start running, the digestion also slows down your body, which gives you a steady stream of energy throughout that first half. And then when you get into the change room again at halftime, you're going to have another energy gel. And why teams are using energy gels? Because there's a lot less fluid in an energy gel, and you're getting the same amount of carbs as a full isotonic sports drink. This is why it's easy on the player's stomach as they go out onto the pitch. So there you have it. A matchday nutrition plan based on the football power diet philosophy that a lot of big players and big teams are using. And now you can use it also. Don't forget, hit the like, comment, and subscribe button so we can continue to make more videos like this for you. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one.